This is Pelayo. I am an economist turned into a data scientist quite a long ago, and today I'm representing here Idealista, and I will start talking about what Idealista is. Idealista is the leading real estate portal in Southern Europe. Here you can see the three countries we are working in. They are Spain, Italy, and Portugal. And there you can see that map is drawn only with the ads, the real estate properties listed in Idealista in a particular moment in time. So you can figure out we have a large volume and quite large database. And as I said, we are the leaders for real estate portals in these three countries, especially in Spain, where we have been around since 2001. So today we are talking about location, and let me be a bit reckless, but today I will try to do this as much as interactive as possible. So talking about the first thing we were talking in this debate that we have at the beginning, I was talking that we were trying to allow people to be able to run this sort of query, building their own polygons, so they are able to find all the properties that might be related or might be close to their office, home, grandparents, or whatever. And today I'm going to be presenting a couple of additional tools that we have developed in this past 2 years, which are Idealista Maps and Idealista Energy, which are really related. And I will be starting with Idealista Maps because, as I said, what we are trying to do here is to provide as much information as possible for the users in the portal. And in this regard, what we want to do is to have as much as information as possible. Here in this site, you see is idealista.com/maps. We got information about the sale price, the rent price, the year a building was built, and the energy efficiency certificates and that sort of information. And we have this data aggregated at different levels. These are provinces, these are municipalities in Spain. And then as you are going zooming in, you can see we have this data. For instance, this is the sale price per square meter in different areas in Madrid. And you can go zoom in from the district to a neighborhood level. And even more, what we have done here is that we have exploited a really nice database, public database that is public in Spain, which is the Spanish Cadastre. The Spanish Cadastre is an exhaustive registry of all real estate properties in the country. It was built like 200 years ago or something like that, for finance purposes, for taxation mainly. So we have worked quite hard with Cadastre to make it as useful as possible for our purpose, which is try to evaluate all the residential properties in Spain. Here in this map, what we are seeing is the average price per building in Madrid. We have all this information for the whole country, for the whole Spain, also for rent. Here you can see that a user could be working with the map and see the differences between different locations, or they can go here and just look for a particular street, for instance, Calle Ayala in Madrid. Here we have this street with some points of interest, and we can go and check a particular building, for instance, number 11. And when you go to number 11, you got also this information about the different flats that are built here. For instance, you can have, these are quite large flats. For instance, this one, the second A, and we have this real-time model, which using machine learning model to provide an automatic value for this house. In particular, the sale price for this one is 700,000, and for renting is a bit more than 2,000 euros. And also you have all this information about how the price has been going through this in this area, especially in this particular building. And talking about user experience, we are also using this portal to let them know more information about this building. For instance, when it was built in 1900, or how many floors there are in the building, how many doors per floor, and if there is an elevator, and that sort of stuff. And this some of this information does not come from the cadastre, but we have run other machine learning models to try to do this missing data imputation and provide the user as much as information as possible, and also to try to use this inputted data for the machine learning valuation model. We also have this option here that says that you can follow this home, and in this sense, what we are trying to do is to try to that the user is kept informed about how is the evolution of this building. Here you can say if you are the owner, or you are looking just because you are curious, or you are interested in buying or renting or whatever, and we will be sending you updates of the price and this sort of stuff. I guess that this Idealista Maps is receiving something like more than 1 million views per month, which is quite a large source of traffic. People are usually using it in, if we go back to Calle Ayala, number 11, for instance, we can see here that besides all the information about the building, we have some pictures and things like that, but we also have information about the ads that are currently listed in Idealista. For instance, you could go here and check this flat, and you could, for instance, compare the price with the estimation we're providing to you. So this could be something that people is using for bargain seeking. So somehow they are able to compare the listed prices with the estimated prices, and see if a particular ad is interesting for them or not. Along with Idealista Maps, we also have built Idealista Energy. That is, I could say that it's a companion portal. If we go to Idealista Energy, the purpose of this portal is to try to provide you with the solar energy potential of your rooftop, so you can get a business case just to check if it's interesting for you or not to install solar panels. For instance, if we go back to our building, to Calle Ayala 11, we got this sort of information. Here you can see the sun potential of the different rooftops. In this particular case, you can see that there is quite a lot, there is a big area to install solar panels, and also it seems that the sun potential is quite high, while in this case you see they are in the shade, because probably these buildings around here are a bit higher. So here we are able to provide you the annual savings in your electricity bill, what the cost of the installation would be, and how long it would take for you to recover this investment, and that sort of return of investment information about also how many sun hours you get along a year, also the slope of the rooftop, and how many of these solar panels you are able to install here. How we did this, it's quite interesting, because in Spain we have LiDAR flights in all the territory. We get this massive data set. We work it with something like all these points that you are seeing in the image here on the right hand side of the picture. You can see a football stadium for Real Madrid. Here you can see that with all these points, what we did was to build a model that compute the slope of the rooftop, the available surface for solar panels, also the height of the building. For instance, if we talk about heights, here you have the information about these 4 skyscrapers in Madrid, and these are our estimates of the height of the building that we are using to check if there is if the rooftops are in the shade or not. And we run this model with these simulations of depending on the sun and things like that, once per month, so we can get all the sun potential for different moments in time along the year. So with all this information, we are able to do is to provide further information to our users, so they can check Idealista maps to get a really granular understanding on the prices at a very granular location level. And we also provide them with information about how they could be saving money with the installation of solar panels. And I guess that was everything. Probably you have a lot of questions about the models and things like that, and I will really be happy to answer them.